I'm back. Oh, you're not looking at me. Knock, knock. Pressure knock before I came in. Be late for that.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade.
Why the past decade? She's been alive for 400 years.
I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
That sounds like the option that might bear more fruit, but it also seems the more time-consuming option. And then what if it's got nothing to do with her position as a police officer, despite what the threatening letter said? What if they just have a personal grudge against Kiara? That won't show up in your records.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading, even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
That is a strange flex.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
I'm sure I have plenty to do, thank you, Paimon.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Are you telling me that everything in this room is only 10 years old? I find that hard to believe. Mr. 400 years old? About Wriothesley, about the bribery case, about the representative council's proposal, about the smuggling case. Oh, wait. The defendant, Wriothesley, has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by Judex Nevelet. Wriothesley will be exiled to the fortress of Meripede, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Nevelet remained silent for a long time. About the bribery case. There has been a severe bribery scandal within the guards. The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. The suspects have confessed to their crimes. About the Representative Council's proposal. Look, it's going to keep putting the cursor in the middle of the screen. It can stay there. The Representative Council has filed a request to collaborate with the Marshal... I always want to say Mosharase, and I don't know why. It's not even a real word. Marechaussee Fantôme on certain public events. Based on research, they believe that the Melusines can enhance the popularity of these events. The Marechaussee Fantôme has yet to respond. However, it has not prohibited the Melusines from participating in such activities. Smuggling. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Marechaussee Fantôme. The principal offenders have received judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of their names. Okay. Spina de Rosula. Callas, boss of the Spina de Rosula, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injuries. Oh yeah, that would have happened in the last 10 years, wouldn't it? The defense of his honor has now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objections throughout the trial. Judex Nevelet reserved judgment in this case. Its details are still under investigation.
Have you made any progress?
Not really. I mean, I read 5 sentences.
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself.
Probably good for your own sanity.
If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
100,000. So he's been a Judex for 400 years. 100,000 cases over 4 years brings you to 250 cases per year. So he only has a trial for 2/3 of the year. Or 2/3 of the days out of the year. That is, I suppose Fontaine's really small, isn't it? I was trying to judge it by modern standards. I'd be like, but that'd be like 20 in a day. What is this? But there are fewer people in Fontaine, so I guess that makes more sense.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It's really not, compared to the modern world.
The work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine.
You'd want to hope so after 400 years.
There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
Slacker.
All right. Let us take a break then.
I read 4 notes and we're taking a rest. Jesus. So what am I going to do here? Just sit here staring at you? Yep. That's exactly what we're doing. This is uncomfortable. This is super awkward. Can I read something, please? Can I please read something?
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something?
We don't have common interests, Paimon.
All the silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
You brought this on yourself.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Memonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do.
You'd think that a man as sophisticated as Neuvillette would have at least, smashed out the basics of conversation.
Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Reading doesn't use my mouth. Wow. It uses my mouth. Doesn't use a traveler's, though.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
This
Paimon
seems even
wonders
more
what
awkward.
Neuvillette likes to drink.
Water.
Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
No, he's not Zhongli. He likes water.
He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. Like Diluc.
Neuvillette momentarily leaves, embraced by 7 exquisite wine glasses.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
Of course it is. Fontaine water,
An
don't you
astute
know?
observation. It is indeed water.
Look at each other.
So it's just plain old water?
You're insulting his palate.
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
He is the dragon sovereign of water, Paimon. Water is going to be his favorite beverage.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water.
I'm sorry, but every single time I say Fonta in this game, all I think about is Fanta.
Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa Village, and Inazuma's Konda Village. Here is one of their latest products. Water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
I hope it's been diluted and filtered. Is there any difference? They're just water, aren't they? We're about to get an education in water. Not like I didn't already get that from his voice lines.
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel,
Mouthfeel?
the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa Village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda Village placid.
Mouthfeel. I can't get past that.
Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area.
I don't disagree.
You
That
will
is true of the
appreciate
modern
their
world.
intricacies once you taste them carefully.
I moved out of the share house that I was in to this current location, and the water was so much more different. It took me weeks to get used to the water here, and it wasn't even. It was like a 20-minute difference in location, and it tastes very, very different. And then my parents moved from their old house to the new house further north, so I visit them, and their water tastes different there as well. And this is in just like a half-hour radius of travel time. So I can imagine that water in a bigger scope, like from Liyue to Mondstadt in Azuma, would in fact taste different. Yes, I wholly believe that.
Really? Let Paimon try!
It really depends on like the impurities and the minerals in the water as well.
What do you think?
She's just gonna say it's water.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Can one refine their palate? Or is it just something you have to be born with? I don't have a very distinguished palate myself. I can't really distinguish many flavors. But is it something you can teach yourself?
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could
It's
it
a
be because
specialty.
you're the Hydro Dragon?
It could very well be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around?
He brought it up first.
Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
Okay, I can think of multiple reasons for that, but the point is, why are we changing the topic of discussion? You asked him a very genuine question, and then you immediately went, yeah, okay, I don't want an answer for that. Can you answer this question instead? Can we go back to the previous conversation? It seems more up his alley. Don't look at me.
Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
Just because you're curious about something doesn't mean you should ask it.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Not can't figure out so much as didn't know about at that point in time.
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence.
Why you were born in human form?
In essence, I neither know why
Nailed
I
it.
was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
It should take you on a path to being the protector of the humans of Fontaine against those that would seek to destroy them. There. Answered it for you.
For a long time, my memory was rather incomplete.
What?
With regard to the primordial sea, for example, I used to only be able to vaguely recall its connection to me, but I was unaware of what that connection was exactly.
Weird. Is there anyone who could answer those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
I'm sure it would be fine. I can think of one dragon that would be receptive. The other two, not so much. They're very violent. I'm missing a dragon. Who's the dragon of Inazuma? Inazuma. Dragon. I only know of a big bird. I don't remember any dragon.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities,
That's one way to put it, for sure. I would personally see the Archons first, then see the dragons.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
I was going to say, I feel like he was born in an actual physical human body. But it was his spirit that has given him longevity. But I don't know if that's actually the case.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between.
I honestly would go seek information from Venti and Zhongli. As much as I don't want to talk to Venti about literally anything. But Zhongli might not be able to give you any answers because of the contract. That might not relate to your nature, though. Yeah, I would... They're going to be your most knowledgeable source of this nature currently alive. You can try approaching the other dragons, but I don't know how that conversation's going to go. And they may actually hold a grudge against you because you've gotten your power back, and they'll never have their power back. They bloody better not get their power back. So yeah, I think seeing Venti and Zhongli is the safer way to approach life. Placé doesn't want you to interact with Zhongli. I live for that day.
That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
That is generally the nature of a break, Paimon. Once it is over, you resume the task you were completing prior to said break.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
The Fountain of Lucine?
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
What did I just read? What? How does that make any sense whatsoever?
Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on,
Because
let's
it's stupid and makes no sense? That's why you didn't think of it.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Do I have to wait for time to pass? Nope. But I don't follow your thought process. It doesn't make any sense to me, but sure, let's do as you bid and go visit the fountain. Why are you hounding me? That's not the right button. What do you want? Wait, we finished it already? I haven't done anything. Catherine, I'm gonna forget if I don't do it immediately. I'll come back to the fountain in 2 seconds.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Recommended me to try surfing, so I went and give it a shot.
No, wrong button.
Keeping back.
This button. They really ought to just shorten the lines. The voice lines of these characters. They've gotten overly long since we entered
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Fontaine. Oh, you're just greeting him. Okay, it's fine. Are you going to say something too? Cornet?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Yeah, probably not, bro. Hey, Timmy, I found some pigeons. Oh, there's literally no one else here.
Looks like we got lucky today.
Oh, there's some people
There's
over there.
hardly anyone around.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
I think, I drink while promoting? No, I don't really like
Perhaps
that
leave
idea.
the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
That sounds like we're going to draw a bit of attention there, sir.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you...
Sure.
glowing?
That's totally not something we want people to see. You're drawing more attention to yourself, man. As the Fountain of Lucine lights up, a wave of dizziness washes over you. Why is this white with black writing? Why are we suddenly doing the inverse of what normally happens? What just happened? Everything looks a little different than how they are normally. I should continue forward and take a look around. We're in a world of sepia tones. Okay. Ever-surging memories. Explore the nearby area. Well, at least I'm pretty. I can't sprint, though. Just gonna do this a slow way. Oh, we're going down memory lane, are we? Oh, God, now I can't even walk fast. Jog.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your
Cut her off.
excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I need your ability to see blood and other suspicious liquids.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world.
That's depressing.
For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
I appreciate your dedication.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way.
Why are we going back 400 years, by the way? How is this relevant to the letter that Kiara got this morning?
I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village.
Rude.
It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head. And I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
And you're gonna hold that against him?
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Okay, where are we off to next? Can't jump either. Oh, are you Vautrin? Oh, he's portlier than I was expecting. No, it's Bariko. Never mind.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol. A Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Are you seriously just walking up to strangers and asking if there's anything you need help with? I would have the exact same attitude as these people. If the thing happened to me in the street, I'm just walking. Some random idiot comes up to me and goes, "Can I help you with anything?" Be like, "Nah, bitch, get out of my face." I can't judge them for their reactions.
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Okay, that's a bit of an overstay. That's an overreaction here, Simone. But at the same time, like, Jesus Christ, Carol, get out of their faces.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Then shut up and get out of their face.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these
Okay, now you're just being
monsters.
racist.
Haven't you
Speciesist.
realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
And you aren't attributing that to hate crimes instead?
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Nervilat allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Okay, you guys have some really weird prejudices.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Are you just jealous because they have capabilities that you do not?
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him.
Really? That's the bee you're gonna get in your bonnet? Nothing good is gonna come from this, Carol. Get off your high horse and move on.
We joined the Mare Chaussee Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Except harass strangers on the road, apparently.
Solving cases? With Nervilet in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know.
Jesus.
So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation.
Nice baton. Look at that thing. It would hurt if you get hit by that.
There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy.
Yep.
And I
Told you.
understand
Hate
your
crimes.
concern. However, There's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Nervilette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
Hey Clotaire, have you ever considered using a mirror?
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Oh, clearly you don't know about the different species on these fantasy realms, because I can tell you exactly how they can coexist. But please don't do that to a Melusine.
You heard that?
Yeah.
What do you mean you heard that? How come she's standing right there?
I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you.
Just because somebody is born from calamity does not mean that they themselves are calamitous, alright?
There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in
These
Fontaine.
people suck.
It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
Jeez, way to be a pessimist, Vautrin.
Monsieur Nervalette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort.
I don't disagree, but your best effort shouldn't include accosting people on the street. Jesus. Get some self-awareness, child.
I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Oh, that sounds equally annoying.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
But do you have actual work to do, Vautrin? She's the one doing no work and just chilling on the side of the road doing nothing constructive. I'm still not quite sure what this has to do with the current events. Unless we're insinuating that the current events are purely a racially motivated pattern, but like, it has no relevance to 400 years ago.
Monsieur Nervalette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin.
That's not going to go well with the populace.
Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
So, I'm thinking about races. Species? Species. We know that there are other species that are humanoid, human-like, and also cohabiting with humans. Case in point being the creatures of Liyue, whatever they are, Ganyu's heritage and stuff like that, and then the Karara's heritage and stuff like that. So there's a precedent for non-human creatures, loosely, and Yanfei as well, coexisting with humans. So why is it such a horrendous and horrific thing in Fontaine when other nations can cohabit peacefully and have no issue with it?
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
Ugh, you blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
He's not wrong.
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Like the next few years.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Off we go again. Oh, you're just gonna take me of your own volition? Okay.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Which would be...
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Nervalette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Just what exactly do you think the Melusines have taken from you? They're not on your land. They haven't taken any positions that existed prior to them being here. What have they taken from you?
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally.
That seems like an overstatement.
There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
He's forced nothing. You're just very close-minded, empathetic, and shallow. Seems more like a you problem, dear.
Turn the murderer in!
Yeah, turn yourself in, sir.
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette too!
Why do you have such a silly name? Suave Goth.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
Are we just going the other side of the fountain? Ah, there. Rastignac.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
That really does seem like not only the coward's way out, but not even a solution to the problem. The bigger issue is that the Melusines aren't trusted by the humans. Killing yourself and therefore essentially taking the blame is not helping the relationship between the two races, species, whatever, you know what I mean. That's like the dumbest thing you could have done. Standing up for yourself would have been better.
And she called me a blockhead.
Right? She's the only blockhead here.
A little investigation would have cleared things up.
Exactly.
Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
That didn't prove anything. It didn't prove her innocence at all. If anything, it proved herself guilty. I just think she's very stupid.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
I repeat, she's stupid.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Well, I just fall back onto the term we have in writing. Too stupid to live. TSTL.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Why aren't you informing Neuvillette?
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young.
And this is relevant how?
She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal.
I repeat, this is relevant how?
From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Lecturing her to give up is not the way to approach it. You should have been educating her about the sins of humanity and how, depraved we can get. That would have been a more useful education.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along.
Well, of course.
Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
Or you can just gather your proof and arrest them and have them charged and thrown into the prison. That's an option too.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Nervalet wouldn't accept that as a solution.
What happened to the justice system of Fontaine here?
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you.
Right, so he goes and kills all the suspects and then exiles himself. You're just as dumb as Carol.
I will take responsibility for everything.
Dude. What a waste of all the effort of Neuvillette to get these two species to get along.